So we have about 11 weeks until we take on the 4x4x48 challenge, which is a challenge by David Goggins, and there's 42 runners registered to try and raise over £10,000 for SafeHaven4Caitlin. So let me give you an update today on how it's going, thoughts on the event, and hopefully how it's going to change this little girl's life. Keep on watching, it's a good one. Welcome back to consecutive day 1406 of the Diary of a Runpreneur. If you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, the distance of a lap of the world, do give us a subscribe, share, like and follow, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise, and ultimately the more lives we save, which is every reason we do this. So thank you for your support as always, and let's get started. So consecutive day 1406 of a Diary of a Runpreneur, and yeah, today's episode I'm going to talk to you and give you a bit of an update on our fundraising challenge, which is based on David Goggins' 4x4x48, which is running 4 miles every 4 hours on the hour for 48 hours. It's an epic challenge. It's based on the kind of Navy SEALs training over in the US. As physical as it is, running 48 miles over 48 hours, I think the main part of the challenge is mental. And as crazy as it sounds, because it's certainly an ultra marathon by distance, but I think where it breaks people is the monotony, the lack of sleep, and the ability to stop and start for 48 hours, whatever the weather, whatever the time of day. And I think that's the super challenge. So I think so far we've got 42 runners who have verbally committed to the event. I think we've got close to 30 who have officially signed up. We expect the remaining 10 or 12 to kind of come in over the coming week, where they'll officially register by filling in the form and joining the kind of formal kind of communication channels that we've set up. And first and foremost, the reason for doing this is to raise over £10,000 for SafeHaven4Caitlin. So it's a little girl, Caitlin Passy, 10-year-old, suffering with the horrendous condition of Batten Disease. It's a genetic condition, it's a terminal condition unfortunately, and this little girl isn't expected to live past 20 years of age. But what we can do is try and make sure that the next 10 years that she possibly has are the best 10 years she can possibly have. And we can do numerous things by giving her the best facilities at home for her care, her physiotherapy, occupational health, all these types of things she's going to need to live a fulfilled life. We can give her, which is what this £10,000 plus will do. So an amazing cause. I'm very, very passionate about it. I know the dad very well, and I can't imagine what they go through as a family, but if we can just make a small difference, then it would be a worthwhile one. But yeah, interesting what I want to talk about today is that I've been speaking to a few of the runners who have signed up, and it's interesting. We've got a real mix, a real diverse range of people who aren't runners to people who are proper endurance runners and everything in between. And what excites me the most is that I know proper endurance runners who've done overnight events, stop-start events, who have broken. They are much more versed, more suited to the kind of, this is the race, start, finish, and we're going to crack on and just carry on through. I think it's the stop-start process which can break so many people. The feeling of stopping, chilling out, trying to relax, and then having to go again. Having to do that for 12 runs is just mentally demoralising. And throwing the sleep deprivation, I think it'll be really interesting to see, out of 42 people who start the event, how many actually finish. I would be amazed if half of the runners who start finish. I'd be amazed. Some people think it would be amazing if a quarter of the runners actually managed to finish. even though we do have a lot of quite experienced runners running, I don't think people fully appreciate the mental challenge this is going to be. There'll be tears, I've no doubt about that. There'll be people breaking down, there'll be people delirious, there'll be people arguing, there'll be every emotion you can possibly imagine you'll witness during this event. And I'm going to try and capture as much of it as I possibly can, because I think it's going to be really, really interesting to kind of see what people are putting themselves through for such an amazing cause. But yeah, I think ultimately the learnings from this kind of episode today is I'm seeing so much complacency with people taking on this challenge. I'm probably better trained and better prepared than most. I run every single day. You know, the ability to do, okay, I'm doing it over a 24-hour window, but it's a stop-start process. And I've done it now for, this is my 1,406th consecutive day doing it. And, you know, there are days where I have to run at stupid o'clock because of what's planned for the day. There are weather conditions that I've never wanted to run in. There are places I've travelled to up into the snowy mountains of the Alps. It's the worst feeling ever having to go out and run. But I've kind of built up that mental resilience, and even then, I'm not being any way complacent when approaching the 4x4x48. It is 48 hours of hell. I think everyone will start off all kind of euphoric and happy. Halfway through day one, you'll start seeing people starting to think, oh, this is a grind. And that's when it starts. And I'm under no illusion how hard and challenging this is going to be. And even though I should be very well prepared for it, I won't be underestimating it by any stretch. I know how emotionally challenging it's going to be for me personally. And there's a lot of people who are just expecting to do little training, turn up and do it. It'll be interesting to see how they'll go. Some people, you know, who are just incredibly mentally tough will be able to get through it with little preparation, I'm sure, because the mind is an incredibly powerful thing. But if you're not gifted with an incredibly resilient mind and a mindset, I think there'll be a lot of people that will break. It'll be interesting to see it. But the main thing, though, that's most important is whether people succeed or fail. If they all contribute their £200 minimum funds raised for the cause, that's a successful outcome as far as I'm concerned. Yes, it's a successful personal achievement to get through the 4x4x48, but if we all manage to raise a minimum of £10,000 for SafeHaven4Caitlin, it will be an incredible and a successful event. So anyway, that's it for me today. Any questions or comments, drop me a line, I'll respond to everyone. Do remember though, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance to the lap of the world, do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. Any engagement gets this in front of more people, and ultimately we'll raise more money, which is what saves the lives of the causes we support, which is every reason I do this. Thank you as always for your support. Stay positive, stay happy, I'll see you again tomorrow.